busy schedule could also join. Yes, Vani.
Oh, sir, I can just see a green screen.
Green screen? Is it visible now?
No, sir.
Is it the same with everyone?
No, sir, it's visible.
Hmm. Okay, Vani, let's. You tried getting out and on of the call, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. Let me just reshare my screen for you. Is it better now?
No, I'll try rejoining.
Yeah, try some other device maybe.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. So in this session, we'll be covering these two things: what content writing means in today's time, and skills that we should be nurturing as content writers. So what is actually what all things comes under this content writing in our today's industry? First, we need to know that content writing is an element of digital marketing. Now, digital marketing is wide; it covers a lot of things, but everything has to go through this phase of content writing. If it is an ad that is supposed to be run on Google, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, anywhere, it needs to have some content. If it is a caption that will be going under the post, if it is a blog, if it's an article, if it's a paper ad, if it's a billboard ad for offline purposes, if it's a header, if it's the website content, everything is content. So it becomes the basic element and one of the essential elements for digital marketing. Second, when you're writing, what a lot of writers do is they want to share these writing scripts or their content piece to everyone. They feel like my content is worthy of everyone, and in serving to everyone we lose the charm of reaching to the sum of them who actually reads your content and is actually relatable to. So for example, here, if it's Hamleys, you all know Hamleys.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So Hamleys is a toy brand. It sells toys for kids. So it has a target audience, right? The target audience is basically people who are interested in your product or service. So that target audience of Hamleys would be parents and children. So immediately when Hamleys will talk, it has a clear understanding that either Hamleys is talking to the elders who are like uncles or parents, or it will be talking to children. So now they have a clear understanding when they have to give a soft toy sale, they will write to parents. But when they're introducing a new toy range, they will talk to children. Why? Because if the children are excited about it, they will take their parents. But the offer attracts parents. Children are not aware of offers that much. The offers attracts parents. Why? Because they have to get every now and then a toy for their kid. That's how you talk about it. Now, target audience can be defined in a lot of ways. It is based on interests, your behavior pattern, your region where you're living, and your age group, and your psychographics. Now, psychographics is a very technical thing to do, but majorly these 4 5 things that I said comes under the immediate target audience. And under that, then you can talk about different target audience. Let's say then Hamley's parents are these things. Now, what kind of parents would gift segue to their children? Now that becomes even a more niche down, a finer set of target audience, right? So then you write to target audience to actually find some returns out of your writing. You're not just writing to for the sake of writing. When you're writing, you need either engagement, you need people to follow you, let's say, you need people to know your brand, and the most important, you need people to buy. You are marketing your product in a way every time that people should buy, or they should get awareness out of it. So this awareness is the third point on the slide. You create awareness. Your brand awareness is important. As much people will know that Hamleys is a brand that sells toys, Hamleys is a brand that sells futuristic toys, Hamleys is a brand that sells um, toys that helps you sharpen your brain, let's say. Hamleys is a place which has toys for even the older children, so people would know. And this is where first step of content writing begins. You get to, and we all do this, okay? If you have to tell somebody who you are, your LinkedIn bio will be a place for your brand awareness of yourself. And so you write over there, you aware people as much as you can, as much as you can, and to the point where you start selling them, where you start selling that, okay, now you know these services, yeah, now you know that you need these services, let's get on to these services. You develop this idea that this is something which you've tried from different brands, but we are something different and you should give us a try. And all of this, whatever I have said, is clear, right? Every message, every topic that I've shared. And so should your content piece be. Your content piece, whenever you are writing, it should not be confusing for people. When you write a blog on, let's say, your experience as a ninth grader, whenever you write, let's say, a blog on IIT Patna offering BSc or BBA courses, you write the blog with a clear mindset and a clear um, call to action, if any. But your thoughts should be clear. If I start saying that IIT Patna is offering these courses, IIT Bombay offers these courses, they are good, they're well renowned, but these are all the things. But then it's your decision. But I would say that you should not do that. But then it's again your life, your rules. It should not be this complicated. People's life is already too complicated. So provide them clarity. If it is not your type to give them suggestion on what to do, then clearly state everything realistically, not based on your experience. It should be a sum of different experiences, but it should give them a proper clarity that how the life of IIT Bombay giving MBA looks like. Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Vani, has your problem solved?
Right, sir. I've joined from my mobile now.
Perfect. Now the screen is visible, right?
Right.
Great. We have a few objectives that we write content with. Now, see what happens is a lot of times writers, uh, we have a great field to explore in, right? And in that field, we don't know sometimes where to stop, where to barge in, where to go full throttle on. And so I have made these objectives that might help you frame your approach to writing a content. Now we all have discussed that it's a way, content writing is a way to enter digital sphere. Now what you do, if you are, let's say, if you yourself are treating yourself as a brand, as a personal brand, like Ankur Warikoo, Ranveer Alabadia, Samay Rena, or whoever you've watched, and They are personal brands. These personal brands, Mr. Beast, these are all personal brands. Now, personal brands, when you go to their profile, they'll have one liner talking about what their viewpoint is about them or what they do. It's similar for all of us as personal brands. Our LinkedIn reflects these things. But there are two lenses. One is personal lens, our LinkedIn. Second is professional lens, the company's lens. Now, if you're writing from your blog page, which you look at it as a growing, thriving business, or you get hired by a company to write articles or blogs. Now, imagine that company has an active reader of 1 lakh that comes to the website every 3 days and reads what are the updates over there. Your content for them will be speaking for the company, from the company. And that will be the viewpoint of the company and not you. So it will not be Hardik speaking, it will not be Vani, it will not be Piyush, Anirudh, or Vidyut, but it will be the brand that will be speaking to the audience. So it creates a professional viewpoint for them. So whatever we write, that's why we need to have a clarity. A professional viewpoint is always given into this consideration of writing the content piece, be it blog, article, imaginative stories, LinkedIn post, again, whatever format of writing that you can imagine has to give a professional viewpoint from company's perspective. If the company's goal is not to give a professional viewpoint, but just a take of them on a certain topic, then it becomes a question based on the reality of your brief. But majorly, whatever you write from website content, let's say, to the mission and vision of the company, to the blog, to the article, to the case studies, these are all professional viewpoints on how to use tools, how to get into the industry, how to limit yourself, how to outgrow yourself, how to undo a lot of things. So that is what a professional viewpoint is. Now, imagine when you're repeatedly showing and nurturing your 1 lakh readers in 3 days that comes to your website to read your content with a professional viewpoint. And that is a great learning experience for you also, because you are learning from building and developing and getting an idea to writing a whole content piece, getting it approved, getting it uploaded, and everything in between. You're doing it constantly. You are also evolving. The readers are reading your evolved content from brand's perspective every week, every week, every week. What happens to them is they start developing this understanding of the brand. And what you do is you're showing the consistency from the brand and you're demonstrating that expertise of this company is in a certain field. And what this expertise is, also you're telling it through your content piece. So when you consistently talk about a certain topic in your field, in your niche, or the brand's perspective on it, you are giving it professional viewpoint. And when you do all of these things, you start demonstrating expertise in your industry. And what this thing does is it helps people to understand that you are not a novice, you are not an amateur, you are actually a brand that has knowledge, has accountability, has authority, and it demonstrates the expertise in that. All of these things helps to the end goal of the company, that is to enhance the conversion rate. And it is not just for companies. When you connect it to our point, which was the personal brand here, right? So you are writing content, you are writing about in the LinkedIn section, you are writing your bio in the LinkedIn section, you are making your resume, and everything, every other thing that you're doing. At the end of it, you want to end up with a great university, with a great scholarship, with some great companies, with some great connections. So what is it doing to you is making, when you're started writing content, when you're showing it consistent, or when you're showing up consistently, and you are giving your thoughts, giving your expertise every day, it helps people to understand that okay, she or he has some capacity, and let's bond with them, let's connect with them, and that is where your conversion rate enhances. So it's a twofold purpose. If you do it for yourself, your personal networks, bonds, and your aims continues and grows. Second, from person company's perspective, it grows trust, loyalty, and sales cycle as well. Make sense? Should we go ahead, or you want to ask something?
So we can go ahead.
Perfect. So these are a few set of skills that a writer must have in the initial stages. Okay. And because growth is a constant prospect, that if you're not into that, into the cycle of growth, it might affect our learnings and our career and our whole character, I would say. Because when you stop learning, when you stop understanding, you stop growing. When you stop growing, you have a blurred vision about everything every other person is saying, and you might either fall into the trap of I know everything, I am the supreme, or you would always be under what's the term for that? You put yourself under the trail, and you'll not be, underconfident. You'll be underconfident every time, and you'll be like doubting yourself. Acha ye karu kya? Acha, will I be able to do that? Oh, people are, very active nowadays, I'm out of the league. All of these things kicks in. But these basics for content writing helps you. First in that is versatility. You should have the ability to switch up your style and writing tone. And I bet you all have it. Can you give an example when you have utilized it throughout these years that you have lived up to this point? You've been versatile. Can you give me an example quickly? Come on, then you all have to have your dinner as well. Hardik has ordered veg and non-veg biryanis for us. No examples? Can't think of anything?
So I don't think I've been versatile a lot.
Hmm. I'll tell you. It's the same. Does anybody has anything else on this versatility? Anybody who has this example? Tell me, is it the same way that you talk to your parents the way you talk to the best friend?
No, sir.
And is it the same way you talk to your teacher as you talk to an acquaintance?
No, sir.
And we have all had these circumstances, Anirudh, right? We've talked to a stranger, an acquaintance, teacher, parents, best friend, just friends.
Yes.
That is what versatility is. You change your tone, you change the choice of your words, you change your response style altogether, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you're versatile. If you put it in a lens of professionalism, then yes, you might have to talk from company's perspective. Let's say Hamleys, you were talking about. Hamleys will have a different tone of writing for parents and uncles and aunties, and it will have a different set of approach when they are introducing their new toys specifically to children. Makes sense.
Yes, sir.
So this ability to switch that you have in your real life will be applied to the kind of target audience you're working with, and you will not be working with one brand at a time. You will be working with two, three different types of content for a brand, or two, three different types of brands at a time if you are in an agency. And so you should be able to switch up quickly into this writing format, because the cafe might be very Gen Z-ish approach, might have a very Gen Z-ish approach in terms of making content and advertising themselves, while a technical company will have more calm and more reliant tone in their content while approaching to investors and techies of the world. So you might be working on both of these brands altogether. When I was doing the job, I was working at one point of time, I was working with 10 to 12 brands at a time, and from different niches. Right now in my agency, I work with a lot of, I have forgot the count of brands that I work with. So you have to be able to switch up your writing style. Why this thing is important? Because first thing, it will help you increase your vocabulary, it will help you increase your understanding, and it will help you to do research, which is our second skill. Your content should be research oriented, it should have the authentic responses, authentic information in your content. And so you should be doing research, a lot of research. Go to different pages. Don't just end up on, first five links on your YouTube result or Google result. Go on different pages. Go on to the 30th page of that keyword search that you're doing and read what they have to say. Scour the internet as much as you can. Talk to different type of audiences that might associate to that particular thing you've been researching for. Third is communication skill. You should be courteous enough in your personal brand and as a brand that you will be establishing a professional relationship, which is okay. You all know that, when to be friends with someone, when your boundaries are there. So, and that is again a very common thing we all learn. We all have this. Just have to reflect back as a writer. Fourth is prioritizing quality over quantity. I have put in it down because that's the right thing to do. But for you to do the right thing would be to write as much as you can. And to this point, I give a task which, if you can do, that will be great. You pick up three brands that you like from any niche, go to their website, and take two blogs of each. So, or one blogs of each. Let's say it might be your exam period. So I will not burden you much. So you take two brands, not much, and you take two blogs, one from A brand, one from B brand. You copy those blogs in your notebook. You just write them down as it is on your from your screen to the notebook. From one blog from brand A, one blog from brand B. You take them, you write them in your notebook, then you close the notebook, take another notebook, have the same topic that you just wrote about, and now you write by yourself for that brand on that same topic, a blog of 400 words, 500 words on that same topic that you just wrote by looking at your screen. That will help you to write. And usually I give more because quantity has to be there. I When I joined my so I was into script writing and doing YouTube videos, and when I joined this agency, I was I became a copywriter over there, where I fell in love with writing copy pieces. And on my first day, I wrote more than 200 copy pieces for a brand for one thought. And I thought these were bang on copy pieces. All of them were rejected. Next day, I wrote 150 plus copy pieces. Nothing. So you see, I wrote almost 400 copy pieces in 2 days, out of which no one of them was accepted. They were like, a few of them got appreciation, like, okay, this is good, build on this more and think of this more, why did you write this? Nothing was appreciated as much as I thought of my content. So write a lot of content. Why? Because then you will get to know what kind of content you can write. First, you will get to know what is your writing style. Second, you will get to know what kind of words to use, what kind of lines are good, what kind of lines are not working for you, the structure of content. And after like 50, 60 content pieces that you write by yourself, you will have a good understanding of what is a good content and what is an average content. So prefer quality over quantity, but when you're beginning, prefer quantity over quality. Fifth is SEO. You will get acquainted with it in the coming sessions. It stands for search engine optimization, and it helps you to reach to your target audience. Sixth is proofreading. You have to read your content again and again. You have to go through it carefully, pick out the errors. See, when you are going up on LinkedIn or any other platform as a brand, you don't want to commit very small mistakes. Personal brand may keep it, then personal brand still will have a journey to show that, this is how we started. We did not know even English good, but now we are great. But as a brand, you cannot do that. If a Coca-Cola does a misprint, it will be a great backlash to them. If it is not a properly planned campaign, if it is not a properly planned marketing gimmick, that will be a bad thing for Coca-Cola. So carefully read your content before putting it forward. Seventh is be observant. You have to comprehend what your brand demands, and you have to portray it to the clients or the customers in a way that they are consuming content. So brand wants to promote, let's say, their mountain coaster, and the clients are right now reading more of memes. So you'll have to integrate somewhere in the meme side with your content. This is just an example of how you comprehend your brand's need and you provide it to the customer. Eighth is punctuality. And here, punctuality in content writing field means before time. Because let's say on 20th, if your content piece is going to be live, if your blog is going to be uploaded on the website, you need to have a clear understanding and a clear green flag from a level of approval. So there might be 3, 4 levels of approval that happens before your content goes live. So punctuality is very important. Um, I think that's all clear to you. Making sense? My buddy Anirudh only replies. He has also gone rogue. I'm audible to you all, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is all clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Perfect,
Yes.
perfect. Anything that you want to ask?
I'm not related to this topic. I just want, can you please repeat the assignment that you gave?
So you take two brands, go to their website, see what all they're doing, go to the blogs section of that website, write one blog of brand A, one blog from brand B. You look at your screen and you write it on your notebook. Don't copy paste it in your Google Docs. So you write the whole blog in your notebook from brand A and brand B, two blogs only. You close your notebook, you take a roam around, and you come back and you write for brand A on the same topic in your words now, the whole blog. And similarly for brand B. So let's say brand A is Tesla and they are talking about renewable energy. You have your blog on your screen and you are writing it in your notebook. You close it up, you go take a walk, come back, and you sit down and you take that topic again, renewable energy, and you write it as if you are writing for Tesla, and it will be your blog now, not the Tesla's blog. Got
So,
it?
so totally four blogs, including them blog by the
So
company and my.
first is you will be just copy pasting the company's. You'll take two blogs from that. You'll just be that will be a no brainer thing. That will be like 5-7 minutes maximum. But the second part of this thing is what I want to look at it more.
All right, so then that's I think that's clear.
Yeah. So you'll be having, like you were saying, two blogs on the same topic. One will be brand's blog. One will be your blog that you've written.
Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Vidyut's mic was on as well. You wanted to ask something, Vidyut? All are having dinner, no? Without me, I'm here speaking to you. I am also going to have dinner. Thank you, guys. That was it for tonight's session. I hope this has helped you in understanding the basics of it. And I'll appreciate if you guys come next time to the live session with your cameras on and something from the assignment that I have given to you.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All the best to everyone and kudos. See you in the next session.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.